Testing, 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 test, 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 testing, testing, test, 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 testicles, testing, test, 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 testicles, testicles, test, testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 722 of the Daily Mother Whoa, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, Jackedcast, Ballsackcast, Taintcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Oh, ho, 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 Saturday night. Coming in hot on a Saturday, fam. Who is joining Papa Swole on this Saturday's Eve? Welcome, Beaches. Come one, come all. Don't be shy, Beaches. Don't be shy. Papa Swole won't bite, but these biceps might. Everest and K2 flexing on you. Late night on a Saturday. I'm raging tonight. I'm raging. This is Club Swole. Come on in and make sick fucking gains. Bass, 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 bass. Papa Swole, bass, bass, bass. Fuck that shit. Dancing, shaking your body. Shaking your body? I don't think anyone should be shaking their body. I don't think it's appropriate. If you got gains, then you can shake your body. You got to make gains first. All right, what the fuck are we talking about? I'm joining you, man. Thank you, Buddha Belly. Buddha Belly is joining us, everyone. So at least the world is safe. The world is safeth. Genevieve, Ryan. Oh, we do have everyone's coming in. You just needed some time, right? You don't have your phone at short command. Maybe some of you are watching a movie. Maybe some of you are at the picture show and you don't have your phone on. Someone's asking about creatine. Some people just jump right in. Some people, you got to spit on it first. Like some people really have to some people just go all in. Man, a creatine question within the first 2 minutes. We don't get serious within the first 2 minutes. If you don't like the intro and the randomness of the intro, you got to love the intro. I think there's two different types of people, or maybe three different types of people that watch the Daily Swole. Some people that just want to ask questions. They just want to ask questions. They want their question answered. Okay. Then you got people who just, support. They just want to support and be a part of it and support the daily grind and the hustle. But I mean, there's some people that love the beginning of the episode. And I think there are people that like the middle and then people that like the end. I feel like there's different types of Daily Swole people. There's different types. There's different things that each and every one of you want to get out of the show. Not all of you want information. Some of you just want to rage with a bearded guy. You want to see where maybe I go off the rails, or maybe where it goes off one of those tangents that you can't expect or that you just don't know, you can't plan for. I think that's maybe some of the appeal of all of this, is everything that we do every day, is that I go off on these tangents sometimes that just no one knows, but it's good shit. And it's just there. It's raw. Well, welcome on the Quadcast. Everyone that's watching on Twitch, remember that's twitch.tv/Swolenormous. You're watching on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, all at Swolenormous. So thank you so much for joining me on these places. And remember, those of you that are just hooking in, some of you have really just come into the community recently. Remember, if you have not yet claimed your free trial, everyone that's a member of this private community we have here, everyone that's a part of this family, this community, you can still get your free trial, Swolenormous X, right now, swolenormousx.com, if you haven't checked that out. So do that. This episode is brought to you by the Gain Train, by Papa Swole, by Everest and K2, flexing on you, getting yoked. And we are going to slam on some soreness today. If you saw the title coming in the door of the cast, you don't get a title on Instagram. Instagram doesn't get a title. They just kind of show up. What the fuck's going on here? I guess I could pin a content. I could pin a comment, but I don't. This episode is about soreness, being sore as fuck. And the reason why we're talking about that tonight on a Saturday is that I am sore as fuck. And a lot of you really crush it during the week. So here's where I want to kind of clarify something, because a lot of you crush during the week and then you need a day off. But I'm very hesitant. I almost feel like you should organize your schedule so that you're not off on Saturday and Sunday in terms of your lifting. Because if you don't lift on Saturday or Sunday, you're so much more likely if you're not working, let's say you're off work and you're off from the gym, you're just so much more likely to eat shit and do bad stuff. Does that make sense? How many of you agree with that? I almost feel like you need to have a day off on a Monday or a day off on a Wednesday or something like that, because if you have too much or too little to do on one of those days, you're more likely to throw something shitty into your mouth or do something that's not good for your health or something like that. I almost feel like you should always be doing something every day. If you have a day off from the gym, at least make sure it's a day that you're working so you're not completely stagnant. It just gives you less reasons to fall off. Because then if you're training on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and today's Saturday, I had a great workout today. I hope you did too. I fucking crushed it. Felt great. But if I didn't work out today, I was more likely to sit around and potentially do something naughty and not be active, and then maybe just, I don't know, overeat or overindulge, or there's more time, right? Just idle time. I would have just been sitting at the computer. But I mean, if I didn't work out, I wouldn't have gotten up at all. I wouldn't have gotten out. That's why I like walking the dog and stuff like that. It gets me moving around. It forces me to move around. It really forces me to move around because at some point I'm getting up and I'm walking the dog, that kind of thing. Do you drink bone broth daily? I do. I do. I actually just took some out that I'm going to heat up from my last batch, and I have another batch that's going to be good in like 24 hours, I think. No, no, like 48. Maybe like not today, but Monday it might be good. Yeah, Monday for the last one. For the one I just did, it's not ready yet. You drink raw colostrum. Ugh. No soreness after that. So let's talk about soreness. Being sore as fuck. We were just kind of going over why I think you should have your days off from training during the week because you're less likely to fall off completely. But a lot of you are coming in today sore. That's why I thought today was a great episode for that. Because I'm coming in to write this episode, I'm fucking sore. Like my whole body hurts. And yesterday was epic. Like my legs are fucking sore. I went from a period of a few days where wasn't too physically active. I took like 2 or 3, I don't know if it was 4 days off. I think I took like 3 days off this last week when my friend was in from out of town. I think I took 3 days off from the gym. Not sure if it was 4, but I needed it too. It's about time that I took a couple of days off. Right. So I still did some stretching. I did some like deep squats, holding, but I didn't really do any activity like that. So that was good though. That was good. But when you take a couple of days off, you realize how much damage you do to your body when you're actually training because of how sore you get. So I want to get a little bit of a survey right now. How many of you have taken, let's say, 3 or 4 days off in a row, maybe a week or two, but you come back doing the same workout that you were doing before and you're just crippled sore, like crippled fucking sore, like you're crippled fucking sore. And you think to yourself, am I just, is it just a shock to my body? Because I was just doing this a week or a week and a half ago. Why am I so sore today? Or is it always this bad? I'm just so used to being this sore that my body usually doesn't respond this way because it's just used to feeling this shitty. That's what really keeps me doing yoga. We talked about yoga yesterday and yoga the day before. I've been talking a lot about mobility, but I really do feel that because the body gets so banged up, okay, that we get so banged up with our training, okay? We get so banged up with our training that your body just shifts and changes pain reception. So you're equally as sore, like you're as damaged. Your tissue's damaged, but it's so used to being damaged, your body just perceives the pain differently. It becomes a new normal. So you don't get that same pain signal. You don't feel it as being as painful. You're like, oh, I'm sore, but you're really fucking crazy sore. Your body is just used to being exposed to that. So you don't perceive it as being that painful. But it's like you take a week off and all of a sudden you come back and it's holy shit. What am I normally doing to my body that's different than this? I'm really, really sore. But you just feel it more after taking a couple days off because you recover more and your body gets a little bit of a contrast for once. Your body starts feeling what it's like to not work out and not break down the muscle tissue. So that's why I've been talking a lot about yoga, because you have to respect your body. Yesterday was respect this episode, but you have to respect your body and treat it properly and treat it with respect based on mobility and active recovery. That's why it's so important, because of how much damage you're actually doing regularly. How much damage you're regularly doing to your body is the reason why you need to make mobility and yoga a top priority. On Twitch, can I ask a Q? A question? Fuck yeah, ask a question. Go. What's your thought? We'll get into this in a little bit. We'll get a little bit more into this. Just some initial thoughts. So what are your thoughts about soreness? How often are you sore? Do you get sore after every workout? We'll talk this whole episode is based on questions about soreness. Let's ask some questions. Abdil on Instagram. Do you have to be sore to make gains? You don't have to be sore to make gains, but soreness usually relates to the micro trauma that you're doing to the muscle, to the body, right? The soft tissue. Obviously, if you get hurt and you hurt your tendon, you sprain your ankle or you tear something, that's bad pain. That's not good. But soreness, muscular soreness, as in you did work, you damaged the tissue, you're in fucking pain. That is a sign of the magnitude of the micro tears, right? The damage to the muscle tissue, how fatigued the body is, maybe the lack of electrolytes and nutrition and just repair. But you're not required to be soreness, but you definitely want to be overloading the muscle. So soreness could be a sign that you are doing proper amounts of damage that will spurn some results and some growth in the future. But you also don't want to be too sore. You don't want to be doing too much damage that your body might crumble under the strain and not be able to come back from it. I just saw that question on Twitch, but it faded. Could you send that again? It was something about you do construction. You're sore after construction, but I didn't see it. So the person that asked the question on Twitch, just respond to that again, or just ask that question again. Just copy and paste. When I really focus and squeeze on sets, then the muscle I train feels sore. Well, sore in the moment, you have like a burn. You hit the lactate threshold, or you mean the next day you'll feel more sore? Alicia Garrett, this is why I love the 90-day dash, because I'm never crippled from it, always just sore enough. Well, that's because the 90-day dash program in Swolenormous X has yoga in between the resistance training. So you're getting that active recovery. But yeah, it's good to feel sore, but at least you should feel sore, but ready to do more activity. You don't want to be sore to the point where you can't do a leg workout because you did upper body the day before. Like, you shouldn't be that sore. Sore after construction, I do it daily. I don't gain weight or muscle mass. I just seem to have stamina. Sore after construction. Well, doing construction is not going to build muscle mass. It might build a little bit with the actual muscles you use most frequently or with the resistance, but it's going to be lopsided. But we're talking weight training, man. You're sore after construction because you're fatigued, you're exhausted, you're tired. You're emotionally and physically spent after a day of building shit. It's just very taxing on the body, especially if you're in the sun or out in the heat or whatever, or you're in uncomfortable positions. But building muscle and losing weight or that kind of like physique stuff or whatever your goal is, this is a fitness show. I mean, you're going to be tired from doing tar on roofs. Like if you're a roofer, you're going to be fucking exhausted. You're in the sun in the summer, fucking shit, doing roofing. But is that going to build you muscle? Is that going to get you big? Or give you more endurance? It's just you have stamina, yeah, for those activities. You're not gonna get better at running a marathon, for example. It's not the same kind of stamina. You have stamina for the specific activity that you're doing. Do you have your own weights or go to a gym? I go to the gym. Michael Coates, I sometimes try stretching when sore or foam roll, but then I say, screw it. The pain is too intense. Well, foam roll after your workout on that same day. The next day, if you're sore, it's hard to sometimes stretch sore muscles. If you're too sore, you don't really want to go yanking on it. You might have caused a little bit too much trauma. And then you might have to, get into it the next day when you foam roll it, but you can wait a day, but you can still do some mobility stuff, but maybe stressing it too much with stretching or foam rolling might not be a good thing either. How often do you have active rest in the Swolenormous X program? Do I still have time to train body parts twice a week? You can. My program is for beginners and for advanced. So if you're more advanced, you can do multiple workouts in a day. You can combine yoga and strength training in one of the days. but it's usually alternates. You're going to have mobility work and active recovery work 3 to 4 times a week throughout the program, which allows you to progress without injury or minimize injury risk and still keep that proper foundation. Most people, when they want to build muscle, they think they have to just fucking lift weights and not do anything. It's either with fitness, which is one of the problems, is that there's two groups, right? It's lifting weights or cardio. This is like a foundational, fundamental problem in the fitness industry. There's lifting weights and cardio. No one talks about fucking yoga as one of these pillars. So it's either you're bulking up, you're lifting, you don't do cardio, which is, it has nothing to do with like getting fat. Like you can get leaner without doing cardio. But the point is, you're either a cardio junkie, you're like, I don't lift weights, I do cardio, I do running and shit, or you do weights and you don't do cardio because you don't want to get small, right? You don't want to do too much running and too much cardio because you're lifting weights heavy. You're trying to like get your body to adapt to build size. That's why lifting weights and yoga, you're getting your cardio, you're getting your mobility, you're getting your heart benefits, your health benefits, you're getting your lymphatic tissue in that response system and your cardiovascular system, your muscular system, your nervous system. It's just so relaxing physically and mentally. And it's so good for blood flow because you're doing downward dog, upward dog, you're twisting, you're bending, you're getting all these tissues and fluids squeezed through your body and your muscles and the venous return. It helps all that stuff. Helps all that shit. So much. So much. Everyone's trying to run a fucking marathon. Everyone's trying to do a triathlon. It's all these like Spartan races and shit. Everyone's just trying to fucking do that. Do 12-mile ones or do long distance CrossFit fucking endurance shit. That's just, you're breaking shit down. You're not giving a chance to recover. It's super important. We focus so much on the training. We don't focus on the recovery. And if you focus on both, you treat it both with respect, you're going to get a lot of forward progress because you can't make progress endlessly. You can't keep going heavier and heavier and heavier. That's what the soreness is. It's overload. You overload too much for too long, you impede recovery, and then you're going to get injured or you're going to plateau or you're going to get sick or something. Your body's not going to be able to handle it. Your body might shut down a little bit. That's one of the things. That's one of the things that happens with the body. You just can't make endless fucking progress. Eventually, you kind of hit that wall. Eventually, you're going to have to deload, detrain, drop the intensity. You're going to overtrain. You'll burn out. Do you have deload weeks in the program? Yes. Don't worry, man. You have a free trial. Check it out. You just see it all for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. The primer week is used as a deload week. But in the 90-day dash, in the length of that program, you can manipulate in different ways, but you don't have to deload because your active recovery is not going to require a deload within that training the way I have it organized. Most people don't have to deload within the first 90 days at least. But sure, you can go back to the primer week. It's a perfect deload. That's why I have yoga as a huge part of it. And there's also additional yoga classes. There's like 30 classes. There's so many classes in there. And there's more every week. So there's additional workouts. There's tons of stuff. Tons of additional content. Everything's supported. Everything's integrated. It's an entire network of programming and workshops and all that. Yeah. Primer week is no joke. I know people think primer week is, oh, that's going to be easy. No, that's a starting point. That's not easy. It's just designed to ramp you into the program and give you a kind of head start and, challenge the muscles that need to be working, especially when you go into primer week for sure. I do 3 days per body part. Not sure that's too much, but sore most days. As a novice, how does one know if you're overtraining other than pain? It could be you're not recovering fast enough. It could be low mood. It could be decreased appetite. You could have an elevated heart rate. You could feel anxious. You could just feel emotional. There's a lot of physiological responses. There's a lot of, mental responses, and there's mental overtraining, or you could just be sore for too long. You could be getting like, pulling muscles. You could just be feeling weak in the gym. Like your strength is not improving and you're just getting weak for no reason. You just feel fatigued, lack of motivation. There's a lot of different things that could be attributed to overtraining. So it's hard to say, But usually when you're overtraining, you're not exhibiting one symptom, but there's a lot of things that could point to you needing to back off or maybe change up your routine. Maybe you're just getting bored. So if you're not looking forward to going to the gym, maybe it's not always sometimes, and I will tell you, and I've mentioned this in some of my other shows, that sometimes the only change you need is to go to a different gym. Doesn't mean you have to change gyms permanently, but just go get a day pass at another gym. You just need different windows to look out of. You need different people to look at. You need different machines to try. You need a different smell. You need a different routine, right? You just need to break things up a little bit. I have a couple gym memberships. I don't always mix it up, but if I need to, I will. I'm probably due for that soon. I'm probably due for a couple workouts at a different gym just to mix it up. Do you have a gym trainer or you own your own work or your own workout routine? I don't have a I don't have a trainer. No, I have an entire fitness platform that I provide expert programming and content for my members. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend it. It's in my Twitch profile too, swolenormousx.com. Jack on Instagram. At what point of soreness and pain is considered overworking your body and that you should take a day off and just stretch? At what point of soreness and pain is considered overworking and that you should take a day off? Well, that depends on the person because sometimes you might want to take a day off for mental reasons. Soreness and pain could be relative. Like, let's say your chest is really sore, doesn't mean you can't do legs necessarily, but usually working through soreness and doing like here's my personal experience. When you get to the point where you're doing, let's say, chest on Monday and then back on Tuesday, like you're sore on chest, but then you're doing back. When you get to that level where you can do that and you can have the mobility and you know how to push yourself so you don't overtrain or hurt yourself, where you can go hard on back on Tuesday and then but still have done and crushed chest, like from a bodybuilding standpoint, that's more advanced. You don't fuck with soreness at the beginning because you need to make sure that you're setting the right foundation. What happens with people is that here's the thing. I'll make it simple. Injuries don't happen overnight as often as people think. In the gym with controlled exercise, I want you to listen very carefully to this. Those I lifted and I pulled my arm or I popped something. That doesn't happen as often as, and this is not, I'm not backing this by any fucking fact, but I don't hear about people like just tearing muscles in the gym all the time. You know what I hear? My shoulder hurts. My neck hurts. Oh, my knee's been bothering me. My back bothers me. Oh, I have neck pain. My elbow hurts when I grab this weight. It's like shit that builds up over time based on their improper habits at work, based on 20 years, 30 years of sitting at a fucking desk. Like, this is what I see. This is what people ask me about. It's about the chronic pain. It's about the shit that's built up over long periods of time. Long periods of time. So, like, that's what I see. That's the kind of things that I see people working. That's why being less sore and damaged at the beginning. You don't want to create that scar tissue. I know some people that's done CrossFit. You hear those horror stories or people that they do extremely difficult workouts when they first start training and they get so damaged. I know people talk about rhabdo, but just any other kind of muscle damage or strains that your body's just never the same. And you just always kind of carry these compensations around from earlier injuries. But we all have those, right? From high school or college or sports or a car accident, or we tripped and fell. We fell out of a treehouse. Everyone's got different movements. Everyone's got different things. Some people have shoulder issues. Sometimes it's genetic, scoliosis or something. Sometimes you've sprained your ankle on your right side repeatedly and your glute doesn't fire on your right hip. So now you walk differently and now you have neck pain on the other side of your body because your body's been compensating for 30 years. It's just, we all deal with these chronic things so much more than just the impact. So that's why I always talk about fitness as life. It's not a lifestyle. It has every component. So even when you're not training, even when you're not doing anything with nutrition, how are you sitting? Are you mobile? Are you doing that's why the active recovery is just an absolute pillar. That's why it's so fucking important. That's why the mobility is so important. because mobility, range of motion, functionality, being able to move as a human being is 24/7. You have to be able to bend over, stand up, climb something, lift something, twist. If you can't do that, who the fuck cares what you bench? Who cares what you squat? Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. You can't move. Your days are numbered. The shit that you're going to be able to do is just going to keep on getting whittled down, year after year after year after year. And eventually you're not going to be able to fucking stand up. You're going to be in a wheelchair and you're going to die. Well, that got dark really quick on a Saturday, but it's true. So when it comes to your active recovery and being sore as fuck, always take care of your body. And especially beginners, you're going to be sore as fuck. You're going to be sore as fuck. Everyone's sore as fuck. I've been perpetually sore as fuck for like 15 years because that's since I've been training. I'm always sore. I always feel like I'm sore. But now I'm only 34. I'm only 30 fucking 4. I'm a young bull. I got so much more fucking gains left in me, mental and physical gains. So at this point in my life, I already don't give a shit about more. I'm already thinking about the other half of my life because I'm almost in it. Okay. Right now, I'm not even at halftime. I'm right in that middle phase where I'm still, it's still, hey, any age, man, ladies, any fucking age, but 34. So I'm getting to that point where I want 50, 60, 70. I want that to be raging. So I'm already shifting my focus. I'm doing more reps. I don't care about how much I bench. I don't try to bench too much more. I'm squeezing the muscles. I'm balancing it out. I'm taking rest days. I'm doing more mobility. I'm doing more meditation. I'm shifting. It's not all about being sore as fuck. I used to when I was sore as fuck, like sore as fuck. I'm talking when it was gaining season. Gains were life. A fucking pound is like gold. I don't want money. I just want sick fucking gains. When I was making all my gains, I was raging in college and the couple years after, just fucking gains. That was the most important thing. And when you're sore as shit, you're like, I am growing. My body is going to grow so big because I just stressed it so much. Now, when I'm super sore, I'm thinking, why the fuck am I so sore? I thought I took a little bit of time off. I thought I didn't go super hard. Maybe I should back off my training. I'm thinking about longevity, man. I'm thinking about longevity. I don't think we talk about longevity enough. In fitness, I don't think we talk about longevity enough. And I went on a rant. I'm always ranting about longevity. That's why it's yoga season every day. That's why it's mobility season every day. That's why Swolenormous. That's what fucking being swole is. It's being swole everywhere. It's being swole in mobility. It's being swole in functionality, in yoga, in weights, with your friends and family. It's fucking doing everything because who cares if you can do it for a week? Who cares about losing 10 pounds in 3 fucking months? Who fucking cares? This guy asked me in the gym today. He goes, hey man, how much do you weigh? I said, I have no fucking idea. 190, 200. I said, I have no idea. He goes, oh, you just don't know? I said, not only that, I just don't fucking care. I have no desire to know how much I weigh. A little bit, but I know I have to weigh myself first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I don't have a scale here. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. What's it going to tell me? Oh, I'm 200. Oh, wow. I'm doing good. Oh, I'm 190. Oh, man, I'm not doing good enough. Why? I'm fine. I'm lean. I'm muscular. I feel good. I feel mobile. I'm in like a flow. I feel good. Like we're straight. We're fine. I don't need a number. I don't need that for validation. I don't need that for anything in my life. I do not need around 190, 195. I'm not sure. 195. Who cares? 200. Fucking cares. I've been all these numbers before. It doesn't matter. Whatever I'm at right now is great. Like that's where I'm at with my body composition. I'm good, feeling good with everything. And it goes back to longevity because what is a win for me right now? Like I'm not in pain. Nothing really hurts. Like I feel a little stiff and sore. I'll foam roll. I'll do some more stretching tonight. but not being in pain is a win. And once you get to that point, and if you get to that point young enough, and I really do think this is the key, it's not being paranoid, it's not taking risks, not being, oh, well, you're living life safe. No, it's being fucking smart because people always just do whatever and think they'll just be fine later. No, they're going to be fucked up when they're 65, jacked up. So already, if you're young enough, respecting old age, and when I say old age, I mean that time period where people really have struggle to be independent. It's just a fact, right? And I don't think old age needs to be 80 plus. I think old age could be 40 if you're not healthy. Like old, not being able to be a human being independently anymore. Like you're fucked up, you're on medication, you need someone to push you around. You have all these requirements to function and to survive because you've done so much fucking damage to your body. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say old. Everyone that has muscle is considered obese by going by BMI. That's true too. That's only based on height and weight. So I'm obese or I'm extremely overweight according to BMI just because of my height and my weight. But BMI that's for the very average person. That's not for someone who builds muscle. But my point is, it's all about longevity. It doesn't matter if you can't do in the future. But I've had that mentality for a while. Watching my grandparents grow older and then die, and then and watching and training clients that were older, geriatric population. Like I experienced that. I see what happens. I see what happens when you get older. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good if you don't take care of it. It's not good if you don't monitor it. It's not good if you don't plan for it. You need to. And it's something, it's like, look, you'll invest money in the stock market, you'll buy a house, you'll make 401k, all these things. What is the difference between fitness and a 401k? You put money in the bank so you have money so it grows and you have investments, sure. But what about what you're doing with your body every day? You should be investing in your fucking body every day. People are buying stocks or doing all sorts of financial investments, but then they eat shit and don't do anything about it. You're not investing in your health. You're not going to be around to enjoy your bonds or your stocks or your car or your house. You're not going to be fucking alive. None of it matters, right? If you don't have your health, it doesn't matter at all. None of it does. Having everything or having nothing, if you're dead, you're fucking dead. That's it. You're dead. Doesn't matter what you have when you're alive, you're dead. Doesn't matter. What's the most important thing yoga has taught you? The most important thing yoga has taught me is that most things aren't important. And that's similar to what meditation has taught me as well. The most important thing that yoga, if you want to group meditation with that, has taught me and meditation is that most things aren't important. And that was a question from Twitch, if anyone's wondering where that came from. And that really sums up a lot of stuff. That sums up a lot of stuff, what I just said. Most things aren't important. Most things are important, just like body weight. We're just talking about that. It's not important for me. For me, it's a good gauge. It's a measurement, but doesn't really explain the situation. Doesn't explain my mental health. Doesn't explain my happiness. Doesn't explain a lot of things that are much more important than what that number says, right? If I'm 199 or 189 or 169 or 215, like what? That's why when I say the word fat, when I call people fat that are fat, I'm not coming at it from a negative standpoint. I want people to take care of their health. It's fine. Think about it. It's fine if you're 220, if you're overweight or you're fat. It's fine if you're healthy. But being overweight and being fat has been linked to many, many diseases and metabolic conditions. So it's not the best idea. And not doing anything about it is reckless. And you're just like, why are you giving up on life? Right. That's what frustrates me. It's like, it's linked. Diabetes, heart disease, all those things. Like prevent it. Give your body the fuel it needs and then do what you love. Go paint, go ride horses, go write poetry, go start a surfing company on the beach in California. Go do your dream, whatever it is. Go hiking in the mountains and become an Eskimo. Fucking do what you love, but be alive to do it, right? Be alive to enjoy be alive to do what you love to do in life. Because if you're not alive, can't really enjoy too much shit if you're dead. Can't enjoy if you're not independent. So if you're mobile, you're independent, There you go. Thank you for the follows on Twitch. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Twitchies. Yeah, that's really it. Be alive to do what you enjoy doing. That's where I come from. I want to motivate people to be alive. I want to motivate people to want to be alive and to take care and invest in their bodies. And if you do that, then okay, you can enjoy video games, or you can enjoy surfing the interwebs and going on Instagram or YouTubes or Facebook and do all that shit. I need motivation tips for school. Do you need school to do what you want to do in your life? I don't know. Maybe school's not for you. You need motivation tips for school. School's a tough one now. School's a tough one. We're not going down the education portal right now, but that's a tough one. Jonathan Cruz, what up, man? I'm glad you liked what was it? You sent me a message, John. What was it? Episode was it the interview? Oh, it was the rant after the interview is what episode 720, right? Yeah, if you wanted some fire, and actually Jonathan mentioned that in a DM on Instagram, that I really did like that. I felt good when I was laying that down. So if you didn't see or listen to episode 720, it was a live call. And that brings me up to my next point after this. So stay tuned for that. But last, or not what, 2 episodes ago, 720, after the phone call, wrapped it up like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And that was a good piece. That was a good piece. I like that. I want to take that, maybe rip it. Do people post progression pics from your program in the community? Sure, you can do that. It's not required, but some people do that. No doubt. Absolutely. I don't require that. I don't want to put people on the spot. You don't have to do it, but it's great. It's great motivation. But after the fact, you take them before, you keep them, and then you post it up later if you want to, or use it on your own. How important is yoga for your gains? Well, I'll be honest. I didn't do yoga for the beginning or for a good portion of like when I was like bulking, but it's because I didn't know about it. I didn't know the benefits. And I started getting like strains and getting super tight and having like muscle spasms. Then I got into massage and yoga, and that changed everything. So if I didn't find yoga, I didn't find that, things could be a lot different. I could have gotten a bunch of injuries. I don't even want to think about it. But I would say it's essential for your gains, because lifting weights is great, but if you're injured, you can't fucking train. You can't make progress. I think we assume that we're always going to be healthy, and it's just about the schedule and what I eat. Okay, so I'll do those things and I'll build muscle if I lift these. You're always at risk for getting hurt or being too sore, or your shoulder having a pain. Try doing chest and shoulders and back and arms and stuff and yoga and legs when you have tendonitis, when it's always bothering you, when you can't sleep well. Try making fucking gains when you have tendonitis. That's what I'm saying. That's much more prevalent than major injuries in the gym. That's a major injury, but it goes, most people brush it off. They just assume, oh, yeah, my elbow's been bothering me. A lot of times it's some simple muscle imbalance that is causing you to not be able to grip weights, and you can't do deadlifts because you can't hold the bar because it hurts your elbow. So you do this machine instead. So then you start doing fucking pussy machines, and you're leaving the free weights because you have tendonitis, because you're not addressing the fucking issue. And then you just get weaker. You get more immobile because you're limiting your range of motion. You're not doing free weights and machines, and then you start doing CrossFit because you're just out of your, no, I'm joking. That was funny. I laughed inside while I was talking. But yeah, you just get in this cycle, and let's fix the problems. Let's fix the fucking problems. If you have pain in your elbow, something's wrong. If you have pain in your elbow, something's wrong. I'll repeat. If you have pain in your elbow when you're lifting weights, something's wrong. It's some kind of imbalance, it's some kind of irritation. Something's wrong. Something's wrong if you have pain. It's okay if something's wrong. It's all right, but you have to be able to address it. You got to address that shit. Alicia, I had major shoulder pain until I committed to 90-day dash. Now I feel great and balanced. Well, thank you, dear. Well, you're going to be on the show, what? Not this week, not this coming week, but the week after, right? You're going to be on the show. Yeah, we talked about that. We're going to get Alicia on here, and we're going to talk some serious gains. And oh, that's another thing. That's what I wanted to talk about earlier. I mentioned when I was discussing the live call 720 to go check out, that Jonathan reminded me of. I want you all to be here tomorrow. So expect the Daily Swole tomorrow about 1 p.m. Eastern time. So Pacific time, that's about 10 a.m. So expect the what the fuck is it? The notifications, right? On on all platforms. Expect those notifications around 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And we're going to have a live call with John, and it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. It's going to be awesome to hear his story, weight loss, life change. He has a really interesting perspective in the industry, because he's in the health industry, and I'll let him tell you tomorrow. I'll leave you with that. So it's really a cool perspective, and we'll talk some shop and we'll talk some stuff, and we'll take a bunch of questions. So just make sure you're aware that's about the time frame. It's not going to be, so it'll be around then, around 1 p.m. Eastern time. So just expect that and show up. That's the requirement for tomorrow. Show up, and then you can ask some questions and catch it live, because it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be awesome. Do you eat a lot of carbs, Swole? No, not a lot. I have fruit and sweet potatoes usually. Aside from that, I don't have a lot of carbs. I'll have like some vegetables, but that's a lot of fiber. We're talking net carbs, sweet potatoes, fruit. So you eat low carb, high fat for longevity. I wouldn't say I eat it for longevity. I guess I do, because I'm usually thinking that longevity is a priority. I eat the higher fat, lower carb because it feels good. It feels good for me. I like the high fat. I like the grass fed beef and the butter and those saturated fats that are quality, in my opinion. When I go on a steep on dumbbell inclines, my shoulder starts to give out, even when I'm warmed up and rested. Yes, Michael. I'm telling you, bro, you'll love the yoga. You'll love the total body awareness and the activation. A lot of times, shoulder instability is due to the shoulder girdle being weak. Those stabilizers are not activating. Your middle and lower traps, your rhomboids, your serratus anterior, your rotator cuff isn't stabilizing properly. But my program activates all those muscles. So, yes, absolutely, bro. After the seventh, cool. All right, fam. So this was a great episode. If you're just tuning in now, we're about 40 minutes deep. So go back and catch it. This is about being sore, thinking longevity, how to deal with soreness, just the feeling of being fucking sore. We're just talking about sore training frequency. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Could talk about so many different things when it comes to soreness, and we'll have more episodes on this, because I think it goes under discussed, and it just goes back to my original point and my original content, or the bulk or the core of what most of my content is about: mobility, about keeping the body actively recovered and focused on recovery and putting effort into recovery, because putting effort into recovery should be the same. Don't you think? It should be the same as the effort you put into growing. So when you train hard, or you do cardio hard, you ride your bicycle hard, you're doing activity hard to grow, to get better. Why shouldn't you treat your recovery the same way? But then all of a sudden you just go lay on the couch and you think everything's just going to heal itself. You just go and sit there. So you need to put the same amount of effort. Put the same amount of effort into your recovery that you do your training. Active recovery. Put the effort in. Respect it. Respect the recovery. Respect the recovery. Respect being sore, respect being older or having more history with training and needing to adjust your goals and what you do, and your awareness of your longevity and what's most important. I'm telling you that because a lot of you get stuck on being sore and crushing yourself, especially you CrossFit fucking fanatics that want to bleed from the hands. Literally, you want to just get fucking calluses ripped open, scrape your shins. You want to be fucked up every day. How do you think you're going to be when you're 50 or 60? You're not going to be competing in the CrossFit Games in the Masters division. You're going to be 20 years in the hole, beating the fuck up out of yourself, and you're going to be damaged. You're going to be crippled when you're older. Just watch this generation. This just got popular in the last 10 years. Imagine in 20, 30 years, everyone's going to be in fucking wheelchairs. Everyone's going to be in fucking wheelchairs, and it's going to be sad. It'll be darkly hilarious, but it's going to be sad. I don't want people to be immobile, but it's going to fucking happen. It's going to fucking happen. Physical therapy, that career is going to be popular. Chiropractors and shit like that, medicine, stem cell research, people getting new fucking knees and new shoulders from doing too many cleans and snatches and fucking tire flips and shit. Hi, I'm new here, loving this. What do you think of intermittent fasting? That's fine. Just join your live. Not sure if you covered this. Oh, this is episode 722. So if you want to search the episodes, go on YouTube and type in Swolenormous and then type in intermittent fasting, and it'll pull up every episode that we talked about it on. It's a great way to search. I heard it's anti-aging and increases longevity. I don't know if intermittent fasting is anti-aging. I don't know what that means really. Anti-aging, nothing reverses age. You're getting older. Is it healthier? Fasting has seemingly been shown to be beneficial, but I don't think it's required for health. Everyone's different. Do you do it currently? Have you tried it? Do you have any answers for yourself, or you heard about that and now you're asking me? But have you tried it yourself? That's what I would like to know. I don't know if you're going to get that respond to that in time while we're here, but that's what I got for you tonight, fam. So, any other questions or last minute questions coming in? Some new things going down. Oh, yeah, tomorrow. Make sure you're showing up tomorrow. 1 p.m. Eastern time is going to be the live call with John. So, make sure you're here for that. And if you haven't yet, check out the last live call. I believe it was episode 720. So, a couple great episodes in the past few days has been awesome. And make sure you just turn on your notifications. So every day, Quadcast live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Swolenormous, Instagram at Swolenormous, and of course, Facebook and YouTube at Swolenormous live. And you can catch all the episodes, the podcast on SoundCloud. And you can also catch the podcast Daily Swole on Apple Podcasts. So yeah, fam, this was the bee's knees, the knits tits, and I'll see you all tomorrow around 1 p.m. Eastern time for the live call tomorrow with John. So make sure you're there for 7:23 tomorrow. Sunday fun day. It'll be awesome. So everyone else that has just come in to take advantage of the free trial to swolenormousx.com, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'll see you all in there. Going to be posting some more videos tonight and tomorrow in X. And a lot of new updates and things I'm going to be releasing, and cool things that are a part of this community and that we're going to be moving towards. So expect some juicy little announcements and things that you'll hear about the wayside in the show, and just being a part of this community. I have some things that got going on that's going to be pretty interesting. Going to do some new things and branch out to some stuff that most people, no one's going to expect, but I think it'll be really cool for those of you that are really dug in and really want to be a part of this community. So that is coming, and I'll let you all know about that. And just stay tuned to my Instagram posts, Instagram stories, Snapchat, all that good shit. I'll see you all in Swolenormous X. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, a Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 out. See you tomorrow for 7:23. Goodbye, fam. Peace out, Twitch and Instagram. Thanks for joining. I'll see you all on the stories and all that good ish. Facebook. Thanks for joining Facebook and YouTube. Thanks, fam. Love you. Bye. Peace out, everyone.